Hello everyone, welcome to Triple T Thursday. That's tips, tricks, talktorials. I'm your host, Shelly Saves the Day. I'm excited to be chatting with you today. I want to talk to you about a specific subject, which is one way that YouTube is helping creators to make more money. And I'm like, excuse me, what? Yes, I said what I said. I want to chat with you about this. So something that they have recently, you know what? Let's back up real quick. Let's back up. Hi. How are you? If you're out there, say hello and also let me know what's in your cup today and I'll let you know what's in my cup. Hello, Pixelpia. We got cold brew. Is that what we have for you? So way back in the day, there used to be a service from YouTube and it was called FameBit. Raise your hand in the chat or anything like that if anyone out here remembers FameBit. FameBit was a platform where brands and creators could come and talk to each other, message one another, try to work out brand deals, and YouTube would even take like the part where like you send in your information and we'll get it all set up and your payment terms and we'll like act as this kind of like third party. And FameBit went away, but I do know that it existed because I remember going to VidCon 2018 and there was a party that I snuck into. Thank you so much to Eugene Kappan at the time for sneaking me into this party at VidCon at the hotel where all of these YouTubers were staying. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But we were there and FameBit had all of these pop sockets and phone cases and things on the table. And I totally took a couple of those pop sockets. And I remember for years I would have this little pop socket that said FameBit on it. And so I know it was a thing. It wasn't just my imagination. But FameBit did eventually go away along the lines of like Grapevine, if anyone remembers that, and some of these other influencer platforms as well. So FameBit was originally then purchased by YouTube and they were doing this integration. I remember at VidCon trying to let people know they were there, trying to tell people you could sign up, anything like that. And they subsequently kind of seemed to go away. Now, FameBit has seemingly come back in a new iteration and style. And what it's called is, it's called Brand Connect. So today I want to talk with people about Brand Connect, okay? So also raise your hand if you've ever heard of Brand Connect, okay? Now, where you're going to see this, let me see if I can share my screen with you and all that good stuff. But let's see here. Regular coffee today. All right, okay. So, we got a puppy working their way in. And by the way, my apologies for being tardy. I had a very exciting delivery today and nobody asked for it, but I'm going to share it with you because it's in my stream. And y'all, I convinced my husband to order me an electric scooter, you know, like one of those e-scooters so you can like zip around town so I can go to that little kind of office space that is like 1.2 miles away, something like that. And I am going to, so it just came. And it came on like 5:05 and we were unboxing it and trying to put the Allen wrench screws in and getting it over maybe to like the garage. So apologies because we had to break down the box and all that stuff. I was just so excited to open this package and get going because who knows? My first scoot might be tomorrow. It probably needs to charge like quite a long time, so it might not be tomorrow, but maybe. We'll see. But I also have like, he wouldn't let me get it without getting like a helmet. So I have a purple helmet and I've got like a little saddlebag on that attaches to the front so I can put some, I don't know, like a phone or some whatever in there. And then I also have like a little bicycle lock because I don't know where you park an electric scooter. I don't know if anybody knows that. You can just park it anywhere that you can park a bike. I was like, I don't know where I can bring it. It's much larger than I expected. Wow, we're really going off the deep end here, but it's okay. Let me just a couple minutes on this, okay? So I got this electric scooter because one, it was one of the widest like decks. So you're not like on this really skinny deck. And not only that, but I got a scooter that has a attachable, however you want to say it, little like bicycle seat that like is on this little pedestal thing. So if you're not comfortable or you don't want to stand for long commute type things, you can just sit on this little bicycle thing and then have the little handlebars. And this thing does go like 21 miles an hour. I will never go that fast, but it does have that capability. And it even has like a little app, because I was very excited that like you can lock it from the app so no one can just like walk off with your scooter and try and use it. So it is from Highboy. I got it off Amazon. And so yes, I did film the unboxing. So I'm going to try and make as many Amazon videos as I can out of this because it wasn't a cheap scooter. So I'm very excited. And you know what happens is every once in a while, you start hearing something or you say something once and then all of a sudden you see ads for it everywhere because all the microphones and socials are always listening. So no matter what, whenever I go onto like Facebook now, hi honey, I just see advertisements for this scooter. So hi baby, do you want to say hi to everyone? Maybe in just a second. So I got it. It says that it will go like 40-mile range, which you never can believe, right? It's always like half that. So, but because the place is less than 2 miles away, there and back should never be a problem, right? Knock on wood, all that kind of good shaking. So I got the scooter, I got the helmet, I got the little bicycle lock, I got the little mount so you can put your phone safely. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if I'll use my best phone on that because that's a lot of trust in a $20 accessory with your expensive phone, right? So I'm very excited to get my electric scooter all set up and the app downloaded so I can play around with it. It even comes with like a little fake headlight looking thing. It's not fake like Steve McQueen fake like stickers, but like I don't think it's that bright. Anyways, we've talked a lot about scooters. How fast does a scooter go? Up to 22 miles an hour. It says I will never go that fast, but it has the capability of going that fast. So there's that. And I'm really excited about this scooter. Just watch. I won't be as excited if I get into an accident with it, but I am very excited for this scooter. Thank you so much for indulging me in this new endeavor. Okay. So let me pull up here me and the screen share so that we can talk a little bit about this. Me and screen share. Let's see. Hopefully this works. And bam, here I am over here in this little circle. I'm going to move myself over here. I'm going to make this hopefully just a little bit bigger so y'all can see it. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do. I had it. I was doing so well. Okay. I can zoom in like that. I hold shift and then I do this. Does that close enough? I mean, we're pretty much here. All right. So this, if you didn't see how I got to this, oh man, I shouldn't have done that, huh? Oh, there we go. There we go. Look at me. I'm doing it. I'm doing the things. And I can even zoom in a little bit more. There's that. Okay. So where you get to this is if you go to the earn section under your YouTube channel, then the last tab or so on the top, if you are scooting across, is this brand connect. Okay. And yes, I was apologies for being late. I was saying I was late because I was unboxing my new electric scooter. And so that put me a little bit over time. So I apologize. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this. Brand Connect is, so after here you see overview, watch page ads, shorts, feeds, ads, membership, super, shopping, Brand Connect, and giving. Okay. So these are all the different ways that YouTube is kind of telling you about ways that you can monetize. I think in the future, I think they've had plans about having, and they've mentioned this, having the ability to do like courses, like so you could host them here versus having them like on a separate third-party site. So that will be interesting. Good shake, honey. All right, so let's get into this. If we're looking at Brand Connect over here, Brand Connect is basically the reiteration of FameBit, okay? And so Brand Connect offers, it says, tools and solutions. Honey, mommy is streaming. It says, offers tools and solutions to help you manage your branded content deals, and you have access to a media kit. And a media kit helps you pitch your channel to brands by automatically creating a shareable summary of your audience insights. Now, here's the deal from what I have seen about the media kits. I'm so sorry, you go. Okay, So with the brand kit, there are some sections that you can change and there are some sections that you cannot change, okay? And so let me show you what the media kit looks like. They have it and then you can download it as a PDF. Hopefully it will show it here. So the media kit is going to give you this information where it says like your header, and then it's going to give you some information about your channel, key stats, right? So lifetime subscribers, published video, and how many unique viewers, how many views, watch time hours. And this is usually in the last 28 days. So people are going to be looking at this. They have an average view duration. That, of course, is going to be skewed heavily by if you have a lot of short form content on your channel or long form content, the average view percentage, and the returning viewers as a percentage. Then they have this information, which is demographics. So on my channel in particular, what they're saying, this is just for example for y'all, that 53% of my viewers are male, 46% are female. So I'm getting closer to the half and half. So I'm going to give myself a round of applause for that. I'm very proud of that number because I've worked hard to make sure that it's welcome and inclusive to hopefully everybody. So it used to skew much heavier, like 60-70% male. So I'm definitely moving the needle, but we'll see. It also gives you an age breakdown of your channel viewers, right? Of people that are watching. So mine typically are between 18 to 44, something like that. And a lot of this is going to be based on English speaking areas, predominantly like United States, United Kingdom, Canada. So there are some people who are going to be obviously skewed heavier in different demographic markets and geography. And some brands may really be into that because if you have, let's just say that scooter that I just purchased, if that scooter, thank you, buddy, is, let's say, only available in the United States, and you have a geography base that is heavily based in, like, let's say India or Japan or somewhere where it's going to be really hard to import or order that, then that brand may not want to connect with you because it's not the right audience, right? So here is some information. Sorry, he's old. I can't do anything about that. So I don't understand this yet, really, and I'm going to just explain and walk this through with you. It says this chart shows what your channel's audience is interested in compared to viewers across YouTube and how much of this audience is interested in that category. So I don't even know what this means. 30-minute chefs, news and politics, avid news readers, shoppers, sports and fitness. So I don't even know what they're classifying as 30-minute chefs, like Rachel Ray 30-minute meals. Like, I'm so confused by it. But it says that you can edit this. And then it says that you can select up to 5 categories. And so it's like, if I self-select the categories, is it going to tell me? Like, it's one of those where I'm like, I'm not quite sure. So if I say technology, and then I say media and entertainment, and I say beauty and wellness, does that then put that in here and give me information into my audience insights and how well, and like how much is it actually like pulling this real-time data and giving me answers? I don't know. I'm just talking with this through with you. So here's this. So you can go ahead and edit this, and then you can see, like, if someone in the beauty and wellness space was talking about my channel or something, they could say, oh, it's medium. Schmedium. I wish it were higher. We'll see. And then here are some shopping interests. So this may pertain to people specifically if you have categories that you want to do branded content for an integration. Maybe you want to do some product highlight. Maybe you want to have highlight something inside of like your shopping reel, or, you know, your shopping shelf, all that stuff. So it says Mother's Day shopping, the interest level is high. Interesting to me. Mother's Day flowers, greeting, motor vehicles, financial services, interesting to me, right? Mobile phones, high. And I can edit and go in and like take a look at some of these other areas. So I don't know, especially since this part is editable, how helpful or beneficial this is yet. And you could try and tweak it as you're building this. Down below, you also see your social media sites. It has like some of your different links. And then over here, haven't quite figured this section out yet because it says branded content videos. These are videos in the past that perhaps I've selected the check mark for this video contains paid placement or endorsement. So I guess I understand that because I had done that for some of my restream streams. I didn't do that on all of these streams though. And I can't seem to go in there and select a specific one. So when I put in iMovie, even if I have 30 or 40 videos, it only comes up with one, but it says, so it's interesting to me. I haven't quite figured out how this works. And I understand that if you've done previous brand collaborations that you would want to select the four, because you can select up to four, the four most valuable or the best return on investment to kind of highlight and showcase for brands like, oh, look at me, I did a really good job with these. And you can get an idea of what kind of videos you might expect if you let me have creative control. I don't know. And then the featured videos, I also haven't gotten quite a handle on this too, because you can share some of your previous videos to highlight like creativity. And this just seems to be more so based on chronological order, but again, limited in its search and scope when you want to be able to select specific videos. I haven't seen that if you put in a URL for a video that it would let you use that one and then set it. And then I've seen some instances too where people try and save and it doesn't seem to be saving. So there's that. Hey, we have some people in the chat that are new. Look at this. I think YouTube skews male intro. It absolutely does. I'm going to put this on here. Communication coach Alex Lyon. Great to see you in the chat. Thanks for being here. And then, no, not being political, but what do you think about the potential TikTok ban? You know what? That's a really good question. Let's talk about that after we talk about this, because I want to be back on screen for that. Former friend of mine had a luxury category of brands because her channel was about buying and selling jewelry. Yeah, absolutely. And jewelry is one of those things that could absolutely be considered a luxury because it's not, as much as people would like to tell you, it's not an essential. It's a nice to have, right? So when we're looking at this in Brand Connect, what is going to happen is, okay, so first of all, this is your media kit. So if you do see this and you want to download it as a PDF, you can do so. And what's interesting about how they're doing this is that Brand Connect is saying right now that currently in its current form, and we don't know what it's going to look like in the future, there are select brands that have been onboarded, and this is a beta, so it's not yet released to everyone, even if you are in the Brand Connect like accepted terms. So first of all, if you can enroll in Brand Connect is going to be your first line of question. So if you go into your earnings tab, you go to the Brand Connect type of tab that we're in, there may be, instead of this message that says welcome to Brand Connect, there's going to be a message that says accept the terms of joining the Brand Connect program. So when you do that and you verify some information, right, like your AdSense information or perhaps even like your mailing address, then you will then see this screen, the welcome to Brand Connect. And I'd actually accepted the terms of this months ago, but I've never seen anything actually be here. Now, and they said, oh yeah, we've only done a few brands and only with a few creators as we're working out the kinks in the beta, and it will eventually be coming out to more people. So you will be seeing this eventually in your own channel as well. So one, at least go and do the groundwork first and lay your foundation of making sure you accept the terms of getting into the Brand Connect program. The second thing that we need to note is that the Brand Connect platform currently is only a one-way type of discussion where brands will reach out to creators that they feel best meet their criteria of what they're looking for. So previously in FameBit, you could go into it like a searchable warehouse and you could see in categories, and then you could see what some brands might be proposing or perhaps even a budget that they may have had, and you could write a proposal to them and you could pitch and approach them. With Brand Connect in its first iteration, what they're doing is having the brands reach out to select people that they want to converse with. Okay, so that's going to be one of the first differences right there from FameBit, and it's older. We know you're special. You even get YouTube merch. I'm not that. You know what though? I do have a YouTube Shorts pillow if that counts. So right now in its current form, if you see a brand that is inside of Brand Connect, you're not going to be able to make the first move with them. So let's just put that out there. The next thing of note is that they're going to handle these introductions. So they're going to reach out to you, and you'll also be able to set a price. Now, the prices that you're going to be able to set, these are going to be determined by you. And remember, back in the day, there used to be the sites like Social Blue Book and Social Blade, all that information where you'd kind of get a rough idea what you might be able to ask for. They are kind of pushing this onto the creators, saying like, do your research, whatever you feel comfortable with, you're going to be able to put a number, and brands will be able to see that, but negotiations are always going to be happening. And that's what they said. So there'll be two different ways that you can focus on making money. One is going to be the Brand Connect partnership doing a short form video, and one is going to be doing a long form video. One of the questions that has come up is, what about someone who's like, if you have noticed the Amazon live streams where there have been brands and companies that will sponsor an entire live stream. So let's say it was that scooter. It would be unbox the scooter and assemble the scooter and ride the scooter, or say everything. And the brand can sponsor that live stream. In its current form right now, they have not put out that as a third type of way that the brands can sponsor content. Right now, they only get the choice of opting in for what seems to be a long form type of integration or a short form video. Maybe that's something that's coming in the future. Maybe that's something you negotiate offline with that brand, but they haven't quite built that in yet. So just know that all of this stuff is very new, and it's going to be a learning experience for not only the brands, but for the creators using it as well. So the next thing that is going to happen is, let's say you communicate with a brand and you decide that you guys want to have and move forward with some sort of promotion or video. Then what they've indicated is that negotiations, payments, all that stuff is going to be handled offline. So unlike FameBit, where you kind of proposed, this is going to be a net 30 deal and you're going to pay me via PayPal and these are going to be the deliverables, and you kind of had some of these things like pre-ironed out. This is where it could get a little bit messy, because they're saying, you guys handle it offline. We're just kind of connecting you two and introducing you two. Now, here is where some things could fall apart, sure, and some things could become unclear. But one thing that I thought was really interesting that YouTube has come out and said is, on these Brand Connect partnerships and deals, they're not taking a specific percentage. They're just making a handshake introduction between a creator and a brand. Will that change in the future? We don't know. It's possible, but from what they indicated at the beginning is that they're not really doing that. They're not going to be involved in the payment. They're not going to be involved in contracts. That they said, please handle that offline. And then what you'll end up doing is you're going to make the video, and a lot of the time it's going to be an unlisted video that is then going to be used and have to go through the approval process of the ads as well. So there's going to be two different kind of approvals. You may have to get one from the brand. You may have to then run that ad through all of the YouTube ad platform guidelines that are going to be in place for ads. So traditionally what they are saying is, you will make an unlisted video perhaps, and you will then allow certain rights like them to be able to run an advertisement against that video. Does that sound complicated? Yes. Is it not that complicated? It's not that as bad as you think. Okay. But let's talk about this here on Learn About Paid Promotion, how to earn money. I'm walking you through all of the ins and outs of this because I want you all to be able to see this. So over here, you're also going to see your preferences, like set suggested prices and add a business contact email. So if you are someone who is managed by some sort of other third party, you're going to be able to maybe put in your manager's email here, so that when you're connected with a brand, they will end up emailing you from the email that you submit, as well as any secondary emails that you have in here. So right over here, I don't know if you saw it, but there was an area where it says set your suggested price. So let me just close out of this real quick so I can show you. So if you are here inside of your Brand Connect area, there's this where it says set suggested price, and there's also the business contact email. So in here, you'll be able to put in the business contact email, and from here, you're going to be able to set your suggested prices. But these are also optional, and advertisers will see this before sending you offers, but brand deal, and also look at this, brand deals include a 6-month content reuse on YouTube and other platforms. Do keep this in mind, because when you are trying to negotiate a price with a brand, these are some of the factors and questions that we want to ask, right? Like, who has the rights? For how long do you have the rights? Are you going to run this as an advertisement? Are you going to use this on other platforms? Keep in mind, they're telling you this right here. Brand Connect deals include a 6-month contract and reuse on YouTube and other sites. So it says you may receive offers above or below your suggested price. You can change your suggested price at any time. And so brands have also apparently been told that it is possible that just because you see a price, it doesn't mean that there won't be negotiations depending on what you want in a specific video or how many, things that you want in a video. So keep that in mind as we're kind of going through this. So there's that. Now, let's go through some of the information that they have linked here under best practices. So the first one is this add paid product sponsorship and endorsement. Any of the deals that you're getting through the Brand Connect are more than likely, right, going to be these paid promotions. And so you're going to want to make sure per FTC guidelines that we are properly disclosing these relationships and affiliations. So a lot of the times that is going to be, you check the box for paid promotion, or it's going to be unlisted and used for all these ad purposes. Perhaps in your description box, as well as like in your hashtags, you're going to be using ad, product partner, all of those types of terms, okay? So it says you can include paid product placement and endorsements and sponsorships or other content that require disclosure to viewers in your videos. I want to make sure you guys can read this. Let me make sure. I think it's shift. Nope, it's shift. Nope, it's control. One of these is going to work. Nope. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay, I want to make sure you can read it, and let me then make it bigger. Boop, boop, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay. So let's make sure we're all playing by the rules and we know what the rules are, because I don't want anyone coming back being like, I didn't know I can get in trouble for this. Okay. So you have to let us know if you include any of these by selecting paid promotion box in your video details. That's that little box, right? It says all paid promotions need to follow Google ad policies and follow community guidelines. And those are two separate things, but both need to be adhered to, right? We had talked about that in the one live stream where you may have something that is suitable for ads, but against community guidelines, you have to make sure you're following both, right? You and the brands you work with are responsible for understanding and complying with local and legal obligations to disclose paid promotion in content. Some of these obligations include where and how to disclose. And also, if you need a refresher, don't forget the FTC influencer PDF for how to disclose properly, because they do go in there about some of the rules. Like, it needs to be visible. It needs to be not hidden behind like the description. It needs to stay on screen and be prominent. It needs to be written. It probably needs to also be verbally said. There are a lot of things that you need to be able to do to properly disclose. Okay. And as we start to go through here, also, if you have any questions, comments, concerns so far about anything we're reading about Brand Connect, let's put them in the chat so we can chat about it together. So as we're looking at this, if you want to search for specific videos where a creator has declared a paid promotion, use this link. If you're on a mobile device, touch and hold the link to copy the web address and paste it. All right, let's look at this real quick. Look at that. YouTube results, V1, providing visibility into paid product placement that have been declared on YouTube. Oh, interesting. Anyways, we'll come back to that. So where not to include paid products, placements, and endorsements, okay? So ad policies means you cannot include paid promotions of the following types of things. This is also part of community guidelines and part of the external links policy, where we went over that, talking about things that could be not so great, including like porn sites and illegal activity sites, those types of things. And they're listing it out for you right here, actually. So things that may be legal in some areas but not legal in other areas, you know what I'm saying? Because it has to be universal. Be careful with a lot of that stuff, right? And so there's a lot of stuff about where you can and can't link to that's going to also pertain to what you can and cannot advertise or have placed in your videos. So this policy applies to videos, video descriptions, comments, live streams, shorts, and any other YouTube product or feature. This list is non-exhaustive. Don't post content if you think it might violate this policy. That means, you know, your community post, your pinned comments, your links, all of those things, if they're also going to specific areas or sites that are a lot of things like illegal and like pew-pews and stuff like that, it's going to be a no-no. All right. So here's some examples of what's not allowed on YouTube, right? Plagiarism type services, we'll say, counterfeiting type of things that are promoting how to get around things like, where you would normally pay for things and your advertising sites or businesses that help you not have to pay for things. Those types of things are no-nos. So they don't like that. So all of that stuff, keep in mind, okay? It says what happens if you violate this policy. Obviously, there's the strike system, community guidelines, and all of that. So what do we mean when we're talking about paid product placements, sponsorships, and endorsements? And we're talking about pieces of content that are created for a third party in exchange for compensation. The content is also where the third party's brand, message, or product is integrated directly into the content. So endorsements are content created for an advertiser or for a creator's own brands if the relationship between creator and brand is not clear, with a message that users are likely to believe reflects the opinions of the content creator. And sponsorships. Pieces of content that have been financed in whole or in part by a third party. Sponsorships generally promote the brand, message, or product of the third party without integrating the brand, message, or product directly into the content. Okay. And then it says note that laws that apply to you may define paid promotions differently. So creators and brands are responsible for understanding and fully following legal obligations. We're talking about the government, FTC, or other entities if you're in another country. You have to disclose paid promotion in their content according to the jurisdiction. Legal obligations might include when and how to disclose and whom to disclose and to whom. And then it says creators and brands should also understand whether specific types of paid promotion are permitted under local laws. For instance, in the EU and UK, certain videos classified as children's programs under Audiovisual Media Services Directive may be prohibited from including sponsorships or paid product placements. That's a big one because honestly, remember when ElsaGate and all of that stuff happened the first time around, where they turned off monetization on so many children's channels. And when that happened, a lot of these larger channels ended up having to sometimes let go of entire teams, and like they couldn't have comments or they couldn't have community posts. It was a very big deal for a lot of these. So, and then let's see here. Will YouTube run ads? Yes, they can run ads. Do I have to tell? You may need to tell people. And okay, so yeah, one thing that people used to do to try and get around the YouTube ad policy was to sell policy, like ad integrations into their own videos. And it actually then became part of their terms of service saying you can't do this. So we're not talking about like an audio shout out or like it's like inserting a 30-second commercial from the brand in the middle of your video. That was when they're like, no, because the advertiser is paying you as the creator to run that spot and not paying YouTube, to place that video ad. So it's a subtle difference, but it was a big difference. And they specifically had to call that out in some of their terms of service later. So instead, is this different than you reading off the script, the 30-second thing that they want you to say? Yeah, that's different. Okay. This is when they provide you the whole 30-second B-roll clip that you insert as a burned in ad. That's what they're talking about. Okay, so we have that. Now it says getting started with YouTube Brand Connect. Let's talk about this. So they did talk about some of the brands that they were talking about. There was some clothing, there was some lifestyle. Some of the questions that came up were like, what about experiences, services, software? And I think that it's newer, and as more and more brands do sign up for Brand Connect, there will be more opportunities for different types of creators as well. But for now, it seems like a lot of what is being offered up so far in Brand Connect is some sort of physical thing, like a cosmetic or a piece of clothing or a piece of jewelry or something that can be sent to the viewer. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know if that doesn't. Okay. So what they're saying here is they're offering this opportunity to connect you with these brands. They don't yet anticipate that we will be messaging back or initiating contact. Okay. It is that the brands will be making contact with you. And there's going to be self-service tool to go in there. You'll be able to submit your videos. They'll be able to run the ads on them. You'll be able to, like I said, download and print out your media kit. And even if you just download it as a PDF and send it out to other brands that you want to work with, at least they're giving you this information. It's a one-click, brand kit. Even if the information isn't everything fantastical that you might want, it's probably better than the non-existent one that you don't have. that you think you're going to build one day. So they do have some best practices, right? That we've read through some of those. And here we go. So it's only available in eligible creators in one of the countries or regions. So this is going to be rolled out 2 more. You must be 18 years old. You must currently be in the partner program. You have to be eligible for revenue sharing from ads on YouTube Premium, okay? Or ads and YouTube Premium. So I think that means you can't just have the fan funding and lower level of ads. You need to be at the 4,000 hours of watch time in full partnership instead of the YPP Lite. Do you remember? So YPP Lite is going to be that, 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours. Full thing is going to be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours, because at the 4,000 hour mark, you're going to be, or the shorts thing, like the within 90 days and 5 million views or whatever it is, so that you have the eligibility for ad revenue split between you and also then the brand partner that you're going to be with. So you do have to get from not the YPP Lite, but into the full-blown YPP program, okay? So there's that. You need to be in one of the available countries and regions. You cannot have any community guideline strikes, okay? You must already be in comply with the monetization policies and all of that good stuff, okay? So availability, these are the countries that it is currently available in. We're talking United States, United Kingdom, Brazil, India, and Indonesia. So even though AdSense and ad revenue sharing is available to creators in many other countries, for right now, until the beta has launched into more areas, you need to be in Brazil, India, Indonesia, the United Kingdom, or the United States, and have full-blown YouTube partner status, no community guideline strikes, to be eligible for Brand Connect. So can I get a chat poll, not a poll, but just say whether or not yet are you fully in the YPP program, and do you have access to the Brand Connect to accept the terms, or have you already accepted the terms? Will you put that in the chat if you are watching? So yes, the first thing you have to do is turn on Brand Connect. You'll go into the YouTube studio like I did. You'll go on to the section for Earn. Then you'll click over on the tab that says Brand Connect, and you'll either have the Get Started and sign in and accept the terms, or you'll have like the Let's Go and you're in Brand Connect, okay? So you can also do this on your mobile device if you go to the little $ for the Earn, the Brand Connect card, and it will only show it to you if your channel is eligible, and then as long as you tap Turn On, you'll be good to go. You'll need to accept the terms and make sure you agree to those. Now, one note here is it says MCNs cannot accept the YouTube Brand Connect module. So I don't know if that means if you're part of an MCN, only the creator account who can log in and actually accept the MCN can't do it for you, or I don't know if that means if you're managed by an MCN at all, you can't click it and you won't see the module. Okay. So manage YouTube Brand Connect. It says set your preferences. You'll be able to do this, and then you can, even though you sign up, it says it's not guaranteed that you're going to get contacted by anyone, right? Because right now it's the brands who are filling up the dance card, not the creators. Okay. So opportunities from brands are surfaced directly in YouTube Studio, and that's where you'll see them. You can review the details there. And I wish I had something to show you, but because I haven't ever been offered something yet in Brand Connect, I can't show you what it looks like, but maybe if I am and when I am, I could show it to you to show you what it looks like. So it says your preferences will automatically filter opportunities to make sure they're relevant and acceptably priced. You can change your preferences to improve your matches and suit your needs. So it says you can set your preferences, which we did, I think, which is the dollar amount for the long video and the short video. Again, I do hope that they bring in a third option for a live stream. So the people who are doing live streams are able to do that. We'll see how that goes. The offer section will outline the details of your campaign, include more info about the brand. So it says the price, the amount of money you can earn for the deal. The final amount that you can earn from the deal will vary based on factors, including but not limited to campaign size, creator reach, and you can negotiate for the price for each opportunity. So just because a brand saw your price, you still have the opportunity to negotiate with them if you feel like some of the terms that they may be asking for might warrant a higher price. And that might be something because they want you to do something that is very extensive in background knowledge or research or effort or, new filming techniques. So if you want to ask for more money, then they have already been told that it's a possibility that creators can try and negotiate for a higher or lower price depending, right? So the overview is an overview of the campaign and the product or service from the brand. This section includes any ideas that the brand wants you to share with viewers and the action the brand may want you to encourage viewers to perform. So remember when we talked before about types of campaigns and what their mission might be. It might be a brand awareness, it might be conversion, it might be some sort of other, okay? So they may try to tell you and give you the definition that they have of success for the campaign. What we're looking for is X amount of signups, or what we're looking for is, something like this. So do keep that in mind because different types of campaigns, if they're needing something specific, there could be a different price for that too. So summary of deliverables, which is what you must deliver to the brand for the campaign to be considered fully executed. Right? And then the product info. So a description of the product or service given to you by the brand in exchange for your services. And I'm curious to see if any of these brands are going to try and go in there and just provide some sort of product only and no compensation for the videos. And I would discourage maybe creators from not at least trying to negotiate some sort of price, because even if the product is expensive, exclusive usage rights to run an ad against it for a half a year, that's a long time. And the ability to use that against other platforms, like it said, right? Brand deals the Brand Connect deals are 6 months, and the ability to reuse content across other platforms. And I'm really surprised that they put that in there, because you wouldn't think that they would want the ability for people to have the videos on other platforms, but we'll see. So, and it says a high-level overview of the brand and a link to the brand's website is going to be in the About Brand section, okay? So there is that. So then after you see an offer, you get to respond to the offer. So if you're based in the United States, the actions you can take on an offer will depend on the terms and whether Google or the brand offers the deal. So if you've signed the Brand Connect module terms and you're offered a deal directly from a brand, you can perform one of the following actions on their offer. You can say that you are interested. If you select interested, you will share your contact details with the brand. They can contact you. You guys can negotiate a deal. Okay. The brand then deal will include payment terms, price, contract language. To proceed with the deal, you will sign an agreement directly with the brand. You will be paid by the brand. So make sure you understand the terms of any agreement you sign with a brand. So again, they're saying, we're just introducing you to, if you two hit it off, you guys make up your own terms for when you'll get paid. What is the terms of how long after you get paid, right? You don't want to have a campaign run for 6 months and then have a net 30 deal where you get an additional 30 days after the completion of campaign to get paid. You may want to have something where it's like half up front, half when it's delivered. That's all going to be negotiable, but things that you're going to need to stick in your head as vocabulary are going to be terms and deliverables of when you're going to get paid, how you're going to get paid. Is it PayPal? Is it going to be check in the mail? Is it going to be some sort of other, right? You need to have and hammer out these details. And it looks like YouTube is kind of washing their hands, being like, nope, we have nothing to do with that. We're not going to hold the money. We're not going to, nope, none of that. That's all on you. So keep that in mind because you will be negotiating this on your own behalf. Okay. The second option is going to be to decline. So if you choose decline, you can let the brand know that you don't want to proceed with an agreement. Now, here's one of the things that they did mention is that if you find an ad or some sort of offer that you are not interested in, it is better to hit decline than it is to ignore it, because it can be a few things. If they get a lot of feedback that everyone is declining, like maybe the brand will actually take a look at what their offer is. Maybe it's unrealistic. Maybe it's, needing to be adjusted. But also it is training YouTube and all of the powers that be about what kind of brands and deals that you may want to be associated with, or things that you definitely don't want to be associated with. So they were like, it would be better for you to at least tell us you're not interested than to give no response at all. So keep that in mind. If you are offered something and it's not your cup of tea, it is better to hit decline than it is to give no response at all. Okay. So the next thing is, it's going to say here, if you've signed the YouTube Brand Connect self-service platform beta terms, you may be offered deals from Google, which include a price to be paid by Google to your AdSense for your YouTube account. You can perform the following actions such as this as an offer. So keep in mind, the other one, if you're dealing directly with a brand and you say, I want to be paid via PayPal, or I want to be paid via Stripe, or I want to be paid via whatever, direct deposit into my bank account, that is separate than this one, which is saying you may be offered deals from Google to be paid to your AdSense account. Okay. That is completely different because they're already negotiating where it will be paid. You'll still need to negotiate when you'll get paid. So if you accept, you will be asked to sign an agreement with the brand. If you fulfill the agreement terms, you will be paid by Google for your participation. Make sure you understand the terms of any agreement before you sign with the brand. Again, they're saying here, you need to look at your contract. You need to look at your information and details about what you're agreeing to, because that's all going to be important if something goes sideways, okay? You can counter. Now, keep in mind that this is not available when the brand connects with you and says, here's my deal. You can only say interested or not interested, right? When it's coming from Google, you can say, you can accept it, or here's your first option, you can counter. If you choose counter, you can negotiate a new price to participate in the opportunity. Your next option is to hit discuss. If you choose discuss, you can reach out to the brand to learn more about the offer. So it's not saying yes, it's not saying no, it's saying, tell me more, swing it on home with the details before I decide. Okay. And then the last offer is going to be, you can decline the offer. So if you choose to decline, they let the brand know, no, Shelly said no. She said, it's a no-go, negative goose. The pattern is full. Okay. So keep that in mind, that you have more choices when you're being offered a brand deal connection through Google than if you're being sent something directly from a brand. Okay. So with a brand, you get interested or decline. With Google, you get 4 options: accept, counter, discuss, or decline. Keep those in mind, okay? Then we have this campaign video. So once you've accepted a brand deal, you can work on content for your campaign. Oops, I think I zoomed in over here, you guys. I'm so sorry. Let me come back. There we go. All right, so the campaign video, which is now in quotes, section outline next steps for you to upload your content as unlisted and submit it to the brand for review and approval. If the brand has any feedback, you will get an email with the brand partner's comments. Now, keep in mind, one of the things that you should be negotiating with your brand deal, if you're making a video, is going to be reshoots or anything like that. I would highly suggest in your verbiage to have something that says, like, I will do a reshoot if I said something factually incorrect. This scooter has a top speed of 22 miles an hour and it has an engine of 650 watts. But if it turns out that it only goes 12 miles an hour and it has a 400 watt battery, that is something I would say, like, you know what, that I can reshoot. Maybe it's a voiceover, maybe it's an insert, maybe it's something else. That, if it's factually incorrect and I made the mistake, then yes. If it's, you don't like my hair, you don't like my makeup, you don't like, what I said specifically about something else, that is not a video that I would reshoot. But again, if you don't have those terms in your contract stated, they're going to ask for it. And they may ask for it even when you do. And then you say, you know what? I only do factual inaccuracies that I need to correct. This other stuff is not worth, it's not going to be reshot. And they can, walk away or not. But you've done your due diligence on this, okay? So in addition to brand reviews, your content is also reviewed against the Google Ads policy. So like I said, here's 2 levels of approval, 1 from the brand, 2 to make sure it is compliance with all of the advertising guidelines, right? So, and community guidelines. So I guess you could say it's 3 levels of approval: community guidelines, Google ad policies, and the brand, and hopefully yours. So that's 4. So once your content is fully approved by all of these safeguards, you will get an email and a status update in YouTube Studio. Okay, so it's all kind of being negotiated in YouTube Studio, or your information. And that says you can publish your content right away, or you can schedule it for when you want it to go live. Make sure you publish according to the timeline that you've agreed to with the brand. So some campaigns may only want an unlisted video. You don't know. Some may have a public video. Again, that's all going to be information that's going to be worked out with you and the brand and your deal. The last section here, it says the campaign performance section. It gives you a high-level overview of your content's performance, including but not limited to the days left in your campaign, the number of views, the number of likes. So right now we're not getting stuff like average view duration. We're not getting any kind of information on like if someone clicked a link or anything like that. It's just so far, how much longer is this campaign running? How many views did you get? How many likes did it get? Okay. Then it says you can also view further video analytics, honestly, for your content, but that's just going to be regular video analytics, not something specific for Brand Connect. So it says, how can I work with Brand Connect? And it says right now it's only in beta, only available to a small group of creators in the available countries that we talked about. If you're eligible, make sure you go into the earn section of your YouTube Studio, accept the terms, and at least get into the first level of kind of like the acceptance there. Okay. And then it says, can agents and managers use Brand Connect for creators? And it says, yes. We send email notifications about new opportunities to the email address associated with the channel. If the creator wants you to get these email notifications, like I said, if you have a manager, you can modify the email address associated, and you can also add it as an authorized user. You could also add them as a manager to have access to your channel as well, so they could see some of these messages in YouTube Studio, I think. So here is the last one. It says, for revenue for YouTube Brand Connect, for deals offered directly from Google, which are going to be paid into your AdSense, right? Subject to YouTube Brand Connect's self-service platform beta, you can view revenue in YouTube Analytics, select the relevant time period, and a YouTube Brand Connect revenue row will surface on the card. So interesting. There you go. So there will be an additional line in your YouTube Analytics under your revenue information, and it will have that. If you signed a deal directly with the brand, your revenue from the deal will not surface in YouTube Analytics because it will be however you specified, whether it's PayPal or bank account or Stripe or, some other thing. They're not going to be keeping tabs on that because, like I said, they've kind of excused themselves from the process. So that is lots of information about Brand Connect. What do we think so far? Let me see. I think this one might just be a video. And there is a 5-minute video about what is Brand Connect. And this is from 6 years ago, which I think is funny because back then it was FameBit. So that is what they're kind of like referencing here. So I'm going to come back up here and come to this one. Welcome back, everybody. So Brand Connect, what do we think? Are we thumbs up? Are we thumbs down? Are we excited to get access to it? Are you currently enrolled? All the comments, questions, concerns, let me know. Adam, to come back to your question about what do I think about the TikTok ban. I think, first of all, it's an interesting phenomenon that has happened because we do have people who are making a living off of TikTok and short form video content, right? One, it illustrates that you should never rely on any one platform. Two, I think it's an interesting way that they're trying to nuance and talk about it, saying we're not trying to ban TikTok, we're trying to ban foreign entities from owning things that could harvest data. And I'm like, ooh, what's interesting is you haven't done such a good job of regulating the companies currently in the United States that also harvest our data. I don't know. Because, what's next then is going to be Twitter. It's going to be, again, Meta. It's like, I feel like TikTok has continuously been beat up for having these ties. But I think they've spoken time and time again about how like that data is not stored here. Yes, we have a parent company, but like our data is stored on US servers, on US soil, and those kinds of things. And I think it's a slippery slope when we have government come in and then try and dictate not only what apps we can use, who can own those apps, free market as opposed to like the App Store, where people are going to be able to express their own creativity and freedom of speech and all of that. So it's a lot to take in, and I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but I think one thing that we've talked about before is I am beholden to not a single platform. So if YouTube went away, right, I would go over to TikTok. If TikTok goes away, I would come over, and just focus more on YouTube, because we never know. Just like all the people who thought Beam was going to be the next thing, or the Be Real, or Vero, or Mastodon, or Threads, or there's always going to be another social site, and there's always going to be more people trying to regulate it. Do I think now it's getting a little bit more buzz and people are a little bit more scared? Yes. Do I think you have to diversify and put your content? That's why I, with content minis, always talk about putting it everywhere you can put it, because one, you never know where it's going to take off. Two, you never know what's going to be shut down. Three, you never know where your audience that needs to find you is going to be, right? So those are some of my thoughts on it. We don't know what is going to come of all of that. I will be curious to see how it goes. Oh, I think I have this set for like every, a really short amount of time. So I'm going to come in here and put 200 seconds. By the way, I learned a cool thing, I think, inside of, let me just make sure I'm on the right one. I learned a cool thing inside of Ecamm where, sometimes I'm hitting one button and I say like, hit the like, subscribe. And then I hit another button and then the purple social media sites come in, and then I hit another one and I'll say something else. I found that you can just make a group that goes from scene to scene to scene at a specific interval. So I can say like, oh, every 15 seconds switch and do one of those things. So I don't have to remember to do it. I just have to be in the group of scenes, and it will just automatically keep progressing from one to the next. So I think I had it set for like every 15 seconds, but I changed it to like 200 seconds. But every 200 seconds, it goes from either me being here or me having the purple socials fly in or me maybe with the subscribe like button. I think it's kind of fun that you can just kind of group it, because then you don't have to think about it. One less thing to think about is great. So I agree. To be honest, I was concerned about them harvesting my data, but I'm not a 15 to 30-year-old. Well, there you go. And they said that about reselling side hustles too. Don't put all your eggs in any one basket. And I've said the same, and that includes social media, how you make your money, how you connect with your audience. It's always good to diversify. I've said that, and I will keep saying it. You all, can we take a second though to be proud of me? Because not only, remember that video that I said, oh, if you guys want a video about description box like optimization, let me know. And I said it was on my list of videos to make. I did make it. I've sent it off. I think it's going to be ready for my next Tuesday release. I also made a video about the TubeBuddy bulk edit find update description thing, which I talked about, and that one will be ready to go for the Tuesday after that. I could get excited and release them all, but I'm going to try and get ahead, do them on the Tuesday releases like I was supposed to. So I'll be 2 ahead, and then I'll film another video, which is going to be my filming setup. And look at me, like trying to get back into the swing of things, of making real videos. Like, who is she? And I even put out, I even filmed a video, like a get ready with me and like a beauty empties. So I'm going to have a couple videos on the like beauty channel. Like I'm trying to get into a rhythm of being like, you have to use this time to film and like treat it like a job. Because I met with one of my YouTube clients, and they're talking about like trying to find the time and and I'm like, rhythm begets rhythm, like you have to get into it, you have to like be in there, because otherwise then the time passes and you keep saying I'm gonna, instead of changing the words to I will, I did, the more definitive language. Instead of coulda, woulda, shoulda, then it's like the I will, I'm going to, I plan on. Those types of moments and how we talk to ourselves is important. So, and I was like, you know what? I can't just say this to you. It's not always say as I say, or do as I say and not as I do. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the same. I'm going to put up or shut up. And I can't just come here next week and be like, you didn't do the things, when I also didn't do the things. So the next day, filmed a beauty video, like to put makeup on. And then after I put on makeup, I talked about the TubeBuddy thing. And the next day I put on makeup, and then I talked about how to do the description box thing. So here I am trying to get in the rhythm as well. So if you find yourself in sort of slump, oh, look, it's doing it. It's doing it because it's like 200 seconds later. I am trying to get back into the regular rhythm, because as much as I'd love to say, oh, I only just do a live stream once a week, I do have time in the week to make other videos. And from my analytics and from what I'm seeing, some people watch my live streams, but the majority of my video views come from my long form videos, from actual real video on demand. So I need to actually, if I ever want to grow past where I am, I know this, put my big girl pants on and actually just make some videos. So I'm now trying to think of that so I can be more regular about filming and posting and editing videos. So I do have an accountability friend group. I meet with them on Tuesdays. And so it is nice to go in there and say, I'm doing these things, and I am a couple weeks ahead. So it'll be a nice one to go to on Tuesday and give them some updates, like I'm doing things. So yes, absolutely. I recommend it. Do an accountability group. And if you post something every day, a live, a podcast, a short, a video, or a community post, I love that. That's great. Like just putting out a piece of content every day. That has kind of been like where my head is at, trying to, even if it's repurposing the old live streams, putting out a short, putting out a live video, putting out something. I think you're right on. So I love that. So this says, I followed my new schedule. I lost it. For 2 weeks now, starting on week 3. Yeah, absolutely. Trying to build that habit and getting like that muscle flex. Like it feels good to have, a couple videos in the hopper, but I can't like rest now and be like, oh, I have a couple of it. No, like I have to keep going so I can build that. I've seen you doing things and getting recognized for it. You know what? That was kind of a cool moment, right? I was saying, and I said it in the tweet, I was like, sometimes I can get real down. Like I put out the video, everything about YouTube tags that you want to know or something like that. I think it has not yet broken 100 views. I think it might have just crossed 80 views actually. And, in the live streams, sometimes I get 50 views total week over week. And so I'm like, gosh, does anybody care that I'm still showing up and doing these things? It's, if it's been years, how come you don't have more to show for, like some of your efforts? And so it was nice to have Neil Mohan, of all people, and I'm sure it wasn't him really actually like watching the video. It was maybe Renee being like, hey, someone talked about your video or your letter or something like that. And then he was like, okay, great, let's retweet it. But he did say like something nice, like check out this, good insights. And I was like, what? It is nice to be recognized. And then I put out the following like quote tweet, just saying like, don't be ashamed. Sometimes your videos don't get the viewership that you want. You'd love if they did, but like, let's just say, for instance, this video, which had 100 views, one of them's the CEO of YouTube. That's pretty cool, So I was like, don't let that discourage you, right? So I put out a video on Tuesday, how to delete a YouTube channel, because as part of my digital declutter, I am trying to clean up my channels that are abandoned, not being used, a distraction, right? So I filmed a screen recording of me deleting the YouTube channel. And when I did that and I put out the video, it now has 30 views. It may be helpful to someone, it may not, but like I could go cry in a corner and be like, my video got 30 views. I have a 40,000 subscriber channel. I put out a video, it got 30 views. Or I can be like, on to the next one. And maybe, so yeah, 30 let that be like, I don't know, some sort of lesson or something to, I have 40,000 subscribers. I got a video out. It's 30 views. The video that I was talking about, everything you need to know about YouTube tags, 82 views. Okay. 80 views. So even someone of my size, even though I'm not getting a video to even cross 100 views, I'm still trying. I'm still putting out information and I'm still trying to get better. And I feel like so many people, one, they want to dunk on me for not getting a lot of views or not getting a lot of subscribers or anything like that. And I'm like, it's okay. I'm still trying to help people. I'm still building a library. But yeah, it does feel, would it feel a lot better if a lot of people watch these videos and I could help a lot more people? Sure. But I can't dwell on it either. Like, I just have to keep going. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is I'm looking at it and I'm like, gosh, yeah, it'd be nice if I could get more than 30 views on a video. But if that's where I'm at right now, okay, that's where I'm at right now. And on the next video, I'll try and get 50 views. That's all I can say. It says, I like that you are using social media more for marketing. Am I? I don't know what I'm using social media for these days. But I appreciate you having the faith in me and saying that I'm doing good things. I do. You love the video about how to delete a YouTube channel? Thank you. Right? And hopefully maybe it'll help someone out there when they need that video. And that's okay. You know, like I said, I would love to get another video. I think my highest viewed video, y'all, has, let's go look at it. It's, of course, like all of my highest viewed videos are all iMovie tutorials. So I think my highest is 336,000. My husband has now surpassed me on one of his videos. I think it's got like 500,000. Proud of him. But yeah, it is sometimes, I will say though, it is sometimes demoralizing to be like, oh, I've been on YouTube for 6 or 7 years and I put out a video and I got 30 views. But it is what it is. And we're just going to keep going because I'm just trying to help people. So there's that, you know, and I could sit and wallow and be like, well, I could obsess. Why do only 30 people care about this? Is it not worth watching because of something? How is the retention on it? So, I mean, I can go and try and get better, but I can't also like hide and just be like completely shattered and crushed that it's not what I wanted. I can just sit there and try and be better. So that's what I'll do. I will try and be better. Because we can get bitter or we can get better. I'm going to try and be better. So hopefully my next video, let's see if I can get 50 views. 50 views. All right. Comments, questions, concerns from anybody else that is watching. I'm in the same boat, but I'm still putting out the things I want. Exactly. He makes videos about television shows. Like, like recaps of television shows that he likes watching. So I also, by the way, I don't know if you saw, I'm running a thumbnail test with 3 thumbnails, and one of them is like a ChatGPT created thumbnail, and the other with me in it. And I just thought I would try it just for funsies to see. And I'm curious to see the results of the thumbnail test from the ChatGPT one versus the one with 2 of my faces. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll let you know when I have definitive test results on that. All right, I'm going to go. I'm super excited, y'all. Expect maybe on somewhere, TikTok or Instagram stories or something, to see my scooter, because I am going to, like, I would be so excited about this scooter, y'all. So I'm very excited to show it to you, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. I will have a new video out next Tuesday. You guys could vote on it. I have the how to master your YouTube description or how to use TubeBuddy tool. I don't care which one, because they're both going to be ready. I think I'll probably end up leaning towards the description one. But if you guys really want to see the other one, it's just a demonstration of how I use find, replace, append. But if you're curious, there you go. I could put that up as a community post poll. Like, which one do you want to see first? I think I know which one will win. And yeah, maybe I'll do that, because they'll both pretty much be ready, I think, by the end of this weekend. But I'll see you all in a video on Tuesday and then a live stream next Thursday. And I hope you have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.